Hello to all of those of you who are watching my videos and maybe have a chronic illness, or you know someone who has a chronic illness, or you're just interested in natural health, how to get well naturally. With myself, I'm Eliza. I am doing part 4 today of my health journey. Today I'll be talking about German new medicine, a bit about where it comes from, how it works, and also I'll be referring to more specialised people in this field because I'm not really a specialist. I would love to do some training in German new medicine to find out more about it and how it intricately works, because it is actually quite complicated as a theory, but I'll be giving you the bare bones of it, but mainly the history today. In my next videos, I hope to post a few real-life examples of how it's helped me personally. So I think I can think of 2 specific instances. There are more, but 2 general instances that I would like to share with you. But in this video, I'll be talking about history, and yeah, let's start. So, German new medicine. I'm sitting outside today. It's just lovely. The weather here in Switzerland it's springtime. It's a little bit chilly in the air, but it's just sunny and so nice. We don't have spring for very long here, so I'm enjoying it before it gets too hot. So, yes, German new medicine, where to start? I've been really keen to talk about this subject, this topic, because it was like the icing on the cake for me in my health journey. If you've watched my previous videos, you will learn more about the other health treatments that I've tried. This one I came across while I was living in Ireland. A good friend of mine brought it to my attention and I was fascinated. One reason why I haven't mentioned it first, because this is my main health model now that I subscribe to and use in staying well, is because it won't fit with most people. I believe that this medical paradigm will only resonate with people who are ready to confront the psychological issues that they have, or the traumas that they've been through, or the things that stress them. So this video is aimed at those people who are ready to look at their life, because this medical paradigm incorporates mind and body. So we're not just looking at symptoms here, we're looking at treating the person as a whole, and that they are inextricably linked, the traumas that you've been through in your life and how you express them through your body. So that's the bare bones of German new medicine. And to start from the beginning, the man who came up with the paradigm is a man called Dr. Geerd Hamer. Dr. Geerd Hamer. He was born in 1935. He was a German doctor and he practiced oncology, the treatment of cancer, in Germany for many years. He was the head internist at his hospital, I forget which one it was, and he basically, before I talk about him, I want to say a bit about his approach, because the link that I will put in the bottom in the description here again is the link to the main... Hello, River. My dog always comes to say hello. He thinks I'm talking to him. I'm not River. The main link that I will provide is called GNM Learning in this video. I'll put it in the description. And the video, sorry, not the video, the website basically... Oh, River, you're so strong. Go away. Yeah, take your stick. The website itself is called GNM Learning, and the ones who've taken over spreading the news about his work and about his theory, the paradigm, not really a theory, but it's a medical approach, they clearly believe in evolution. I personally don't believe in evolution. And the reason why I mention that is because this comes up in some of the writings, but these are not his writings specifically. Probably some of his writings are there because it's his research, it's his work. But as far as I can see, he wasn't an evolutionist himself. And the reason why I mention that is because, for example, when you look at the kidneys, according to German new medicine, the term a fish out of water comes up, and it's very clear that the people who have taken over his work and are spreading the news about this practice, they clearly believe in evolution because it comes across in their writings. And for me personally, it doesn't fit in with my ideology, because I view we came out of water, out of the womb, when we were in utero, being born out of water. So I take a little bit of that with a pinch of salt, but everyone has their own approach. To me, it doesn't devaluate the model at all, because the bare bones of it are extremely scientific. And yes, we'll get into that as I go along. So yeah, it's okay, River, don't worry, it's just the neighbours. So that being said, cause and effect. The medical model usually takes the aspect of no known cause when it comes to treating an illness. Cancer, no known cause. There could be a few causal factors, for example, environment, poor food, smoking, but this approach doesn't take into account people who have lived a terribly unhealthy life for most of their life, maybe smoked, eat terribly. They don't get cancer. Why is that? So with German new medicine, the reason why I love this practice, this paradigm, is because there's always a cause. There's always a reason. I remember going to the hospital myself many times. Why have I got this autoimmune disease? It hits 10 people in a million, that's what I was told. No cause. Perhaps it's hereditary, we don't know. We don't know where it comes from, they don't know. So I really resonate with German new medicine because in this paradigm there's always a cause. And this will come to light as I hopefully explain how it works. So for this reason, German new medicine is not a theory because there are no exceptions. The same rules apply. The body works in a predictable, in a repeatable manner that can be diagnosed, that can be documented. It has been documented. So there are no wild cards, so to speak. There is a reason why this is happening in your body. So, getting back to Dr. Hamer. He was a doctor, qualified medical doctor in Germany, practicing. He was very successful because not only was he a doctor, a specialist, but he was also an inventor. He invented the non-traumatic scalpel, which was 20 times more sharp than a razor. He also invented the massage table, which automatically adjusts to your body contours. And he also invented the special saw, bone saw, which was used specifically for plastic surgery. So he was very successful, and he was able to move to Italy on the back of his success, and he opened up a small practice there. And what he did there is he treated the homeless people in the slums of Rome for free. So he was a benefactor, he was a philanthropist as well. His inventions provided him the means to do that. So, unfortunately, it was a very tragic thing that happened to him. He had a son called Dirk, and he was shot accidentally and killed. He died later in hospital in 1978. And a few months after that, Dr. Hamer himself developed testicular cancer. Not prostate cancer, as you will find in Wikipedia. I'm sure many of you know already, Wikipedia is not exactly the most reliable source of truthful information, shall we say. So he had testicular cancer. And basically, at the time, he was the head internist in Munich, in the University of Munich. So he started investigating his cancer patients, the patients that he had in his clinic. He had a private practice that he worked out of, and he was also this head internist at the University of Munich. So, hello, River. He knew that there was a reason why he got ill. and he knew that it was related to the death of his son. Your son dies. A few months later, you develop testicular cancer. He's a cancer specialist. He's treated hundreds of people, if not thousands. So he started doing research, and he was the first person who linked the brain to trauma, cause and effect. So he started doing brain scans to see if he could see any evidence for what's going on in the brain to prove his theory. So he compared patient history. He started asking people, what happened to you? Did you have some kind of traumatic event? He would do full histories on these patients, and he found that, like him, they had had something traumatic happen in their life preceding their illness, or mainly cancer, obviously, for him. And so he called this the shock factor Geerd Hamer syndrome, named after his son, who died. So, and the reason why this is predictable and repeatable for every person is that the brain scans don't lie. A simple CT scan of the brain, which highlights the area in the brain where so you have an area in the brain, and the CT scan will pick up what they would later find out was a lesion in the brain. Prior to that, they used to think, oh, it's a glitch in the machine, that's why we have these rings here on the brain scan. But when they repeated the brain scans, they found, no, it's not. It's actually something that the scan is picking up, something new is here. So these brain cells have a corresponding body part, which then led to a growth or a tumour or inflammation or, whoops, he's such a naughty dog. I'll show you, here he is, look, here we go. Say hello to everybody. Yeah, so there's a corresponding part of your brain to a body part. This totally ties in with Chinese medicine, the study of embryology, where when you're developing as a fetus, every part of the small cell in the brain has a corresponding body part, which totally relates and corresponds to the study of reflexology, or your palm also is a map for the body, iridology, where your eye has an area for each part of the body, every organ and every body part. So he was the first person to put two and two together in this way, which is absolutely, I find, fascinating. So I will put a link to this website. It's called GNM Learning, where you can basically look up every single disease, most diseases, because that's what he started to do. He started to compile this research, and he went from there, basically. So I'm going to stop it there, because I think I need to stop the video, and I will give you part B. See you in part B. Dr. Hamer rocks.